You're running a Shopify brand, but find you have a lot of repetitive tasks and just don't have enough time to focus on more important things, like growing your brand. Well, time to get into some more advanced stuff with ChatGPT Code Interpreter. Most people think about using ChatGPT as a search engine replacement, idea generator, or copywriter, but we can also ask it to help us create automation in our business. For example, with one of the brands that we work with, we have to export our orders, do a whole bunch of spreadsheet work before we can then submit it to the supplier. We can't install any apps because it's a unique process between us and the supplier. Hiring a developer could cost us thousands. So we've just been doing this manually for now. For you, it might be something else, but there's going to be something that you're doing over and over and over again that you wish you could just automate. Well, I'm going to show you how I'm using ChatGPT Code Interpreter to automate our own internal processes to free up time to focus on driving more revenue and profits. Let's get into it. So this is an export that we would get from Shopify. So our orders are here. We've just removed some of the personal information of our customers. But before we'd give it to our supplier, we would have to clean it up. So we'd remove canceled items. We would remove these tip line items here. And because this store has a really large SKU size, there are certain products in here that might need to be broken apart, like bundles, or they might need to be renamed in order to make the manufacturing process easier, because it'll help the supplier identify like, oh, this product needs to be handled in this way. And so there's a lot of unique cases depending on the product being sold that we have to consider. And all of that is just done manually in spreadsheets before we send it over to the supplier. And it's a really tedious process. One of our team members probably spends 10 hours every week to handle this. And, that time could be spent doing something else instead. And the team member that does this is already an expert at this. We do have some SOPs that give the instructions on what to do. But if anyone else were to try to do this, it would probably take them 10 times as long. So because we have this SOP and these instructions, what we can start to do is feed those instructions into ChatGPT Code Interpreter and ask it to build a script. And that's exactly what we've done. So if you look at this conversation here, it's us going through ChatGPT Code Interpreter, asking it to build this script so that we can then have this process automated. So let's move over to the script itself. Here's the spreadsheet where we can set the dates that we're interested in and a button just to run it. And if we click this, it's going to be done in seconds. We can take a quick look at the script code itself, but it's not going to be too interesting to you because really it's just very specific to our business. And if we move along to the output, the file is generated in this folder here. We'll take a quick look, but it's not going to look like much because, again, it's very specific to our business, and it's just a bunch of lines of orders. And but what I can say is that when we do this manually, it'll take hours. And now that we've just done it with a click of a button and saved ourselves that entire time. I'm not a developer, but it only took me about a day to build this, and that time invested is already going to pay itself back in just 1 week. Think about how much time we would save if we find another 10 automations just like this. It would be 100 hours saved that we can then reinvest into brand growth activities. Anyway, I hope this got you thinking about how you can start automating processes in your own business and become your business's own internal automation specialist. Let me know in the comments below if this helped, and I'll see you in the next video.